The sun slowly rises over the bustling streets of Manila, casting a golden glow on the narrow alleyways. The air is alive with the sound of vendors, jeepneys, and children playing. In the middle of it all stands Althea, a 10-year-old girl with messy hair, holding a tiny microphone connected to an old speaker. Beside her, her mother flips fish balls on a sizzling pan, the smell mixing with the city air. "Sing your song, Althea," her mother says with a tired smile. Althea takes a deep breath and begins to sing, "Shallow," by Lady Gaga. Her voice, soft at first, grows powerful and clear, echoing through the street. People stop. The tricycle drivers turn down their radios. Vendors pause their sales. Even a group of schoolchildren gathers to listen. Her voice, filled with raw emotion, cuts through the chaos of the city. A foreign tourist walking by stops and records her on his phone, whispering, "This girl, she's incredible." When the song ends, the crowd claps, dropping coins into her mother's jar. Althea smiles shyly, bowing slightly. That night, they count their earnings, just enough for rice and a few candles. Her mother hugs her tightly. Days later, Althea's life changes forever. The tourist's video has gone viral, millions of views, shares, and comments praising the little Filipina who sings like Lady Gaga. One morning, her mother reads an email aloud, her hands shaking. "America's Got Talent, they want you to audition," she whispers, tears welling in her eyes. Althea looks out the small window as an airplane soars overhead. Her voice trembles but carries hope. The bright lights of Los Angeles shine through the airport glass as Althea and her mother step onto American soil for the first time. Everything feels enormous, the buildings, the cars, even the sky. Her mother holds her hand tightly as they walk toward the studio gates of America's Got Talent 2025. Backstage, dozens of hopeful contestants rehearse, laugh, and nervously pace. Althea, dressed in a simple white dress her mother hand-sewed from old fabric, clutches a tiny cross pendant around her neck. Her heart races. A kind stagehand kneels down and says, "You ready, sweetheart?" Althea nods, her small voice barely a whisper. "Yes, Po." The curtain rises. The crowd murmurs as the little Filipina girl steps onto the massive stage. Simon Cowell, Heidi Klum, Sofia Vergara, and Howie Mandel look at her with curiosity. Simon leans forward. "Hello there. What's your name?" "I'm Althea," she replies, her accent soft but clear. "I'm 10 years old, and I'm from Manila, Philippines." The audience cheers. Simon smiles gently. "Welcome, Althea. And what will you be singing for us today?" She takes a deep breath. "A Lady Gaga song, Always Remember Us This Way. It's for my mama." The judges exchange looks, a bold choice. The lights dim, and the music begins. At first, her voice trembles. But as the melody builds, something magical happens, her nerves fade, replaced by strength and emotion. Her voice fills the hall, rich and soaring, capturing every heart in the room. Backstage, her mother presses her hands to her mouth, tears streaming down her face. The camera zooms in on Simon, eyes wide with disbelief. The song ends, silence. Then, thunderous applause erupts. The little girl from Manila just made the world stop and listen. As Althea sings the opening lines of Always Remember Us This Way, her voice soars beyond her tiny frame. Every note rings pure and heartfelt, echoing through the massive AGT auditorium. The crowd goes silent, completely captivated. Simon Cowell slowly leans forward, his usual stern expression melting into awe. Heidi Klum's eyes widen, and Sofia Vergara whispers, "She sounds like Lady Gaga, but even more emotional." With her hand gently over her heart, Althea closes her eyes and sings as if she's lived every word. The pain, hope, and love in her voice seem to come from deep inside, from every hardship she's faced back home in Manila. The camera pans across the audience, some wipe away tears, others record the moment on their phones. As the chorus hits, her voice grows stronger, rising like a wave, full of passion and grace. Even the judges can't help but smile through tears. Simon whispers softly, "This is unbelievable." Backstage, her mother clutches a small rosary, whispering prayers through trembling lips. "Kaya mo, yan, anak, you can do it." When Althea reaches the final note, she holds it, long, flawless, and filled with power. The crowd explodes in applause, rising to their feet. The sound of cheers fills the entire studio. Althea opens her eyes, breathing heavily, her tiny hands shaking. For a moment, she looks confused, unsure if she did well. But then she sees Simon stand up, clapping slowly, eyes glistening. Her mother runs out from backstage, unable to hold back her tears, and hugs her tightly as the audience continues to roar. At just 10 years old, the little girl from Manila has just delivered a performance the world will never forget. The cheers still thunder through the theater as Althea stands frozen, her eyes wide with disbelief. Gold lights shimmer around her, reflecting off her simple white dress. She clutches the microphone to her chest, trembling. Simon Cowell, usually known for his tough demeanor, looks down for a moment, then wipes a tear from his eye. The crowd gasps softly. It's rare to see Simon emotional. He clears his throat, his voice gentle. Althea, he begins, I've been on this show for a long time, and every once in a while, someone comes along who reminds me why we do this. You're 10 years old, from the other side of the world, and yet your voice, it's pure magic. The audience erupts in applause again. Heidi leans forward with a smile. You sang with your heart, sweetheart. I felt every single word. Sophia nods tearfully, adding, You're born for this stage. Simon continues, his tone breaking slightly. I can't believe what I just heard. You didn't just sing, you moved us. He reaches toward the desk, pressing the golden buzzer. The moment feels like slow motion, gold confetti bursts from the ceiling, swirling around Althea as the music swells. The audience screams with joy. Althea gasps, covering her mouth as tears stream down her face. Her mother runs onto the stage, arms open wide, sobbing with pride. Simon stands and applauds as Althea and her mother embrace under the golden rain. The confetti glitters in their hair as they hold each other tight, both crying and laughing at once. In that breathtaking moment, the world witnesses a miracle. A poor little girl from Manila has just touched millions of hearts, and earned her golden dream. The morning after Althea's audition, the world can't stop talking about her. Her golden buzzer performance trends on every social media platform. Headlines flash across screens. 10-year-old Filipina stuns AGT judges. Simon Cowell cries over girl from Manila who sings like Lady Gaga. Clips of her performance spread like wildfire. Reactions pour in from around the globe, celebrities, singers, and fans all praising her voice and story. In Manila, crowds gather around small TV shops and phone screens, proudly cheering for their very own Althea. In her small home back in the Philippines, her neighbors decorate the street with handmade banners that read, Proud of you, Althea. Kids run around singing her song, imitating her stage pose. Her mother watches the replay on TV, holding a photo of Althea's late father. She did it, she whispers, tears falling. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, Althea sits by the hotel window, holding her mother's hand as they read the messages pouring in. You're an inspiration, one fan writes. Another says, you made the whole world believe in dreams again. Later, she returns home to Manila for a short visit. The community gathers to welcome her, flowers, cheers, and tears everywhere. On a small makeshift stage under hanging lights, Althea takes the microphone once more. She smiles shyly and says, I sang for my mama, for my country, and for every kid who dreams, no matter how poor they are. As her voice fills the night air, people sway and cry softly. The camera pans upward, the same sky she once looked at, now shining brighter than ever.